Ian Byrne, how does it feel to be overall MP of the Year?
It's had overwhelming, Martin. You know, when we got the email notifying us that we'd won, totally unexpected, totally out the blue, but extremely proud of my team, who, you know, all this is a collective effort, isn't it? It's not about one person, it's about the collective effort, the team and all the organisations that I've worked with, like Fan Support and Food Banks, but also the constituents of West Derby and the people of Liverpool, so I'm extremely honoured.
You've been recognised for championing greater access to justice for working class communities, even funding a housing and benefits solicitor to work in your office, which I think might be a first. Why did you do that?
Because of the lack of access to justice. So we were getting many constituents who were coming in and they needed legal advice, and there was basically nowhere to send them. And the Vauxhall Law Centre in Liverpool is one of the few remaining law centres in the city, and it's overwhelmed. So we thought, well, if we could actually bring somebody in to work within that centre, who then we can funnel our constituents to, and also help the wider city, than the wider area, because that person who's funded by us obviously deals with many other constituents across the city. So we just thought that was the way to go, because I felt real feeling of hopelessness when we were saying to people, well, you do need legal advice, but there's nowhere to send you. So that was what we thought we'd do.
Do you think that all MPs ought to have someone like that?
I think it's a potential avenue for MPs. I think it's something, while we're still waiting for the government to come about and properly fund access to justice, I think that's what we need to do. And no, we thought that was the right thing to do in our constituency.
Of course, it's not just the legal aspect, it's actually having someone in your office permanently who actually can help with all the maze of bureaucracy and rules and regulations that ordinary folk have to overcome in some way.
Yeah, it's been invaluable, and Siobhan, who we've put the money into, has been amazing in so many different ways and so many different routes. So yeah, it's been a huge success, and the feedback we've had from the constituency has been hugely positive, and also the councillors that tap into it. You know, they all network within West Derby. I've got that ability now to go to the Vauxhall Law Centre and seek legal advice.
And is there anything else you think that MPs can do to help their constituents access help in their constituency?
From an MP's perspective, I think we've just got to keep pushing for more funding. We need more advice centres, and I think collectively, and should be every MP within the country, they'll know the same as we do, is that we desperately need that sort of resource, which unfortunately over the last 10 years has been taken away from us. So yeah, it's just about keep banging the drum for access to justice, because it's crucial.
What work or campaign are you most proud of since you became an MP?
Yeah, that's a good question, Martin. I think the two campaigns what we've run at the moment, the Right to Food is really gaining traction. We're actually going to hand a letter into the Chancellor on Monday, and we've got lots and lots of people who sign that. From trade unions to faith leaders, and it's just an acknowledgement that at the moment what we're seeing, and with the cost of living crisis, the situation's untenable. So I'm clearly proud of that, and the collaboration between so many different like football fans, the trade unions, the politicians, the leaders in the music business. It's been fascinating. But also I must say that the other campaign which I'm leading on, which is the Real Truth Legacy project from Hillsborough, was at Hillsborough, and it's about ensuring that the truth of Hillsborough is told, and we're having real success with that in the Liverpool City region. And I sat down with the Minister 8 weeks ago, and hopefully that'll be something which can be added to the national curriculum, because Hillsborough was a national disaster, and there's lots of lessons to be learned as a country about how Hillsborough was dealt with and the lack of access to justice for the people that were there. So that's something really close to my heart. So hard to separate them, because they're both, for me, hugely important.
What advice would you give to young people who want to create impactful and lasting change in their communities?
I think that's a wonderful question, Martin. And for me, it's all starts within your community, and you know, looking for something that you've got a passion for, that you've got a drive for, that you want to see change happen in your communities for the people within your community. So that's what I'd do if I was any advice to a young person who wants to get involved in changing that, is go and seek out leaders, go within your community, become a leader in your community, but just immerse yourself in the problems of that community, and never ever tell a community what its problems is. Listen.
And with determination, anyone can do it.
Absolutely, you know, when I won the award, and I was pondering this last night, 10 years ago to the day, I'm 50 this year, and 10 years ago to the day, I was on a picket line. We were locked out of our factory in Liverpool, and we'd been 3 months out of the factory, and I was just turning 40, and you've got a family, you're wondering what the future holds for you, and I've had a very varied journey to get here where I am now. So to win this award, hopefully, some people can take some inspiration from it, that, there is opportunities, and I've been extremely lucky. I've had, things have happened, but I've always wanted to change my community for the better. I've always fought for my community. So to now be in this privileged position as the MP for Liverpool West Derby, but also winning this award, it's took me breath away, but it shows that can be done.
Ian, thanks very much indeed.
Oh, thank you.